we had a really exciting season last year, and we're most excited that we're able to keep the group together, the core of the group together, to bring this group back. We're excited for the things that are going to happen. Coach and his staff continue to build a winning culture and a winning environment every single day with our guys. We have an ownership group with Mark and Wes and Jamie and Mike that resource us in every way to compete at the highest level, and we're really excited about that. So obviously we're going to Madison tomorrow. Thankful for the University of Wisconsin for opening up their home to us for training camp. I'm really excited to kind of kick it off.
Coach?
Yeah, I just, echo a little bit of what Jon said. I do, going into year 2, appreciate the relationship with you guys, and I am excited about Media Day today. Don't let anybody tell you something different. But I would say, a lot of appreciation for what Jon and his group did this summer to keep our core group together and bring back a heck of a roster. I think we reaped the benefits last year of a lot of the great work that Jon and his group did, and just very, very appreciative of that. Also very appreciative of ownership with Mark and Wes and Jamie and Mike. Those guys have given us everything we need going forward. Looking back, they were incredibly supportive. And I just couldn't be more excited about the team and the season and getting back and going to University of Wisconsin for training camp tomorrow, and just getting back to kind of the basics and the fundamentals and going to our core beliefs and starting to build our winning habits and put ourselves in position to have a great season.
Keith James with the Associated Press. How you guys doing? The great thing about having such a wonderful season last year is, success. You were excited, the fans are excited. I guess the curse is expectations have never been higher. So how are you managing those expectations heading into the year?
I'll go first, and I know Coach has some thoughts on this too. Internal expectations are what matter to us, and we've been saying this, for over a year now. We believe it, we live it. We care about getting better every day. We want to improve on what we did last year. We want to improve. There's a lot of ways to improve. We want to improve our flexibility from our roster. We want our players to develop organically and grow and become better players. We want our coaches to become better coaches. We want my front office staff to become better. And so we're focused every single day on getting better at the little things every single day, and hopefully building something where we can sustain success over a long period of time.
Yeah, I think very similar to what Jon said, we are much more focused on what we're doing every day. The message to the team won't be that different than what it was going into last season. There were expectations with a new coach and a great roster additions, and every team goes into every season with expectations. And really our attack point is just what are we doing every day? How are we getting better every day? How are we competing every day? Are we playing unselfishly? Are we playing together? All those things that are just our core beliefs. If we're doing those on a day in and day out basis, the chips will fall where they may, and we feel great about the team and the talent we have. And if we focus on that day to day, our priorities, I think the expectations will fall in line.
I'm Eric Woodard, ESPN. I know you guys.
Welcome, Eric. Very good thinking about you from the guys at Salt Lake. They like you.
You're a Michigan guy, yes. Coach, what have you saw the biggest improvements? I know you guys haven't started training camp, but from Giannis, this summer, what would you like to see him improve at coming into this year?
Well, the great thing about Giannis is he will never rest. He's constantly working to get better and improve, and I think that's just one of his greatest characteristics. And I think he's working a lot on his leadership skills, to be honest with you, and his ability to connect and communicate with his teammates, whether they've been with the team for a while or new guys that are coming in. I've been so impressed with how his leadership continues to grow and improve, day to day. And you would think that doesn't happen in the summer, but it does. Obviously, basketball-wise, he's working on everything. I think his ability to pass and create shots and opportunities for his teammates is just, it's at an elite level, and I think he wants to get even better there. Working on shooting, all phases of shooting, and just his overall game. He's constantly pushing to be the best, and I don't think he's satisfied, with what he did individually or what we did as a team, and that's part of what makes him great.
Matt Velasquez, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Jon, last year you guys had, Executive of the Year, Coach of the Year, the MVP, and then this summer you guys brought back a large amount of your core. How do you think you guys as a group can build off last year's success, individually and collectively, and take that next step with the guys that you have now?
Yeah, Matt, I think it goes back to a little bit of what I said a few minutes ago. Ultimately, the individual awards come from team success. Our focus is team success. So, Bud focuses on team success over any award he would get. Same for me, same for Giannis, any of our guys. And the way that we do that, the way we build on it is all those elements. It's the player development, those guys getting better individually as players so they can get better as a group. It's my staff looking for opportunities to increase our flexibility, to be better positioned to build a team and pivot when we need to pivot. Bud's coaching group continuing to add things to help them be more effective on the floor. And so how do we get better? We brought back a big part of the group. We believe in continuity. We think that gives us an advantage to have continuity. Our guys should have confidence in the fact that they're playing with the guys next to them that they did last year and the success that they had. And we continue to build on it. We continue to get better in the areas that we weren't good at last year. And we weren't perfect last year, obviously. And so we're going to continue to improve and get better every day.
I won Tom Oates, Wisconsin State Journal in Madison. I have one for each of you guys. John, what does Wesley Matthews bring to the franchise?
Yeah, we were really excited to sign Wesley. Obviously, a Wisconsin native and a Marquette grad, and for him, the toughness that he brings, his ability to spread the floor, the IQ that he plays with, just another guy that helps in the guard spot. And we really thought that the toughness would help us, and giving space always helps. Giannis and Chris and Eric are better players when they have more freedom to operate. So for us to get him in free agency in an area of need and on our roster was really a great get, and we're really excited about him.
I guess similar question, Mike. How do you see him fitting into this team since it is your core has returned?
Yeah, I think the thing that stands out about Wesley is what he brings on the defensive end of the court. I think he's proven during his career, really from how he came into the league, and he's just continued to maintain just an elite defender on the wing. I think he can take 2s and 3s. He'll guard anybody. The toughness that John referenced. There's just a great competitor in Wesley Matthews. That's what always stands out whenever you've played against him. And then he's obviously his ability to shoot from range and deep and in different environments, coming off of screens. I just think he's going to be a really, really good fit with our returning guys.
Eric Dang, The Athletic, Bud. We know you only focus on yourself and what you guys can do better. So what do you feel like that Raptors series showed you guys that you need to improve on this year, that maybe was a weakness last year, that you can do better this year, possibly during the regular season?
Yeah, as we said, as the series wrapped up, a lot of credit to Toronto. They did a lot of things well. Areas where we can improve, I think defensively we can be even sharper, even better. Can we, I think stay with shooters, lower their three-point percentage, stuff like that. But those are things we've been working on all year. Can we execute better in the half court? There's just a lot of things that go into the playoffs, and it's a lot of little plays, competitive plays where I think we've been very, very good, but we just got to continue to push that envelope and get even better, make more of those plays. So we're going to constantly be pushing to get better.
Charles Gardner, Associated Press. I think for both of you guys, are there concerns? You had a lot of players play extensively in the summer with the FIBA, Chris, Brooke, Giannis. Is there a benefit to that you guys can get right now or during the season? And also, do you have to be concerned to limit some of those guys in training camp a little bit or not?
I'll take the first part of it, and I think, Bud really did the second. I think, Charles, for us, mostly just proud of our guys. It's an unbelievable opportunity for them to be able to represent their countries, and we had great representation this year, which was really neat. You had Giannis and Chris and Brooke and Thanasis and Ersan, and even Pat was part of the USA Select team, and so, it's a good portion of our roster that's represented, and it's really special for those guys to do that. I mean, personally, I think it's great for them to play as much basketball as possible, to play in competitive environments. How they're going to manage the minutes and how we worry about that, that's up to coach. So I can get that part of the answer, but we're happy for those guys to be able to do that.
Yeah, each of them had a different summer experience also, but I think overall the hope is that it's a huge positive. As John said, it's a great honor to represent your countries and to play. And I think some of these guys are going to come into camp maybe in better shape, more ready to go. But we also, I think, got to be a little bit conscientious of not overworking them. But more than anything, I think we just want to roll into camp and see how they're doing, see how they're feeling, kind of monitor them, and hope that we don't have to adjust at all, but if needed, we will.
Mike, it's Lance Allen from WTMJ. With a team and a group that hasn't had this level of success in a while, is there any level of concern with this group going into a season like that?
I think we talk a lot about building our habits and understanding, what we want to do day in and day out. And my guess is, as the media, you may have gotten a little tired of hearing it from me and the players. I think they just keep hearing that same message, and I think the way they executed it last year, the way they stayed focused, and really when you have Giannis and Chris and Bled and Brooke that I think have a very good day-to-day routine, they have a professionalism, they have just a competitive makeup that, coaches, that's what we do, we worry about everything. So I guess I could say, yeah, we worry about it. But then I look at the players, I look at the roster, I look at how the assistant coaches work with them, and I feel like we're in as good a position as possible to just take care of our business day by day, get better, improve, compete. And if we keep our focus on those things, then I think we'll feel good about things.
Doug Russell from WTMJ and ESPN Radio. I'm just curious for both of you. I know, but a year ago you were new coming into the organization. Jon, obviously you've been here for a long time, but how much different was this offseason after what had happened, the deep run into the playoffs, as compared to where you were a year ago?
I think, Doug, for me, different, it's maybe more than slightly, but not a lot more than slightly different than 2 off seasons ago, in that you can see this team coming. You could see with Giannis and with Chris and with Eric that this team was growing, and then you throw Brooke into that mix and some of the things that we did last year throughout the course of the season. This group looks like they're growing, looks like they're getting better, looks like they fit and they make sense, and that we can compete and sustain success for a long period of time with this group, and that's been the goal. When you have that in place, when you have that core in place, when you have a system in play, the way that Bud plays, and it kind of helps the players and accentuates their skills, and you have a superstar like Giannis, it makes it clear. It's an easier job, quite frankly, to be able to identify the guys that fit in your system and your style of play and fit with Giannis, and to make decisions. And it's really a freeing thing for an executive, from my role, to have something in place where you can plug pieces in and they're going to work. And we're not going to be right 100% of the time, but it really is a clear picture for us to operate under.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for me to tell him how amazing. It is not easy what he just did. And I think, we've talked about continuity a little bit earlier in the year. When you have a good team and has as much success as this group had last year, to keep the core together and to basically bring the team back together in today's NBA is incredibly difficult. So I think the job that Jon did, the job that ownership did, as the coach, you love having that great year, and then you're just like, oh man, are we going to be able to keep the group together? And I think we've all seen it all throughout the league for lots of years. Keeping a good team together is really, really hard to do, and that's why I'm so excited about what Jon was able to do, what we were able to do. And I think there was a lot of, just how good could the group be? What were we going to be like as the new coach and new system and all that? To have the success and then to be able to keep the group together and have that continuity, for me, is it's hard to be able to tell you how valuable that is.
Chris Doyle, Wisconsin State Journal. It's been a couple of years since the team has gone to Madison for training camp or the preseason. What are you guys hoping to get out of that experience, especially kind of working some of these new guys into the fold?
Well, it'll be my first trip to the University of Wisconsin and to Madison, so I'm very excited about being there. Been a part of other teams that have gone away for training camp. I think it gives your group a chance to just spend even more time together, bond more, not just on the court, but meals and hotel and just different things that when you get away, and I think it allows you to maybe focus in more on the task at hand. Training camp's an important time. There's a lot of things that you got to get done in a short period of time. So I think getting some separation and getting away has been really beneficial for me in the past and for teams. And so just excited about incorporating our new guys as they learn our system, and we'll rely heavily on the guys that have been here for a year to help teach them and integrate them into what we do up at the University of Wisconsin.